You're using the most powerful tool in human history, and it's still not moving your business the way that you thought it would. You've used ChatGPT, you've used Claude, and you've probably saved a dozen prompts that some guy swore would change your life. I've done it, and you're still doing most of the work yourself. I always looked for something better though, something that would actually get me out of having to do most of the work myself. Then I figured out what I was missing, and I'm gonna walk you through it in this video. Now, your first instinct is probably that you need a better prompt or the paid plan or whatever model dropped last week. That's not it. The reason AI isn't pulling its weight in your business isn't the AI. The models are good, they're actually really good. The problem is what you've connected to them, which for most people is absolutely nothing. So in this video, I'll show you the system that I built at a high level so you can go build your own version. It's no prompt tricks. I'm gonna show you how to give AI the one thing that actually changes how it works for you. Your context and memory, all of it. Here's what's actually going on when AI feels underwhelming. The model is smart. That was never the issue. And yes, AI does have some memory, but it's within a chat thread, within a session, but it's siloed. It doesn't actually connect across everything. It doesn't see your inbox. It wasn't in your meetings. It doesn't know what you decided last Tuesday or what your numbers looked like last month or what you promised a client in an email 3 weeks ago. So you sit there feeding it the backstory by hand every time just to get one decent answer. And the second you close the tab, most of that context is gone. And then you got to do it all over again tomorrow. It's like having a sharp advisor who's brilliant in the room, but never remembers the last conversation. You see, you get value, but it never builds, it never compounds. Or if it does so slowly. So the question was never which AI is the smartest. The real question is, how much does my AI actually know about my business when I ask it something? And that changed everything for me because of one thing that I finally understood. The model isn't the leverage. The context and memory is the leverage. You see, two people can open the same AI on the same morning and ask the same question. One is gonna get something generic and vague and not thoroughly thought out, and the other, like myself, gets a response that sounds like it came from someone who's been in every meeting, has read every email, and knows exactly where the business is heading. It's the same model. The difference is everything sitting behind it before I ever typed a word. So I stopped hunting for better prompts and I built something underneath the AI instead. I call it a context engine, 3 parts. And the important thing is the AI is not where the memory lives. The memory lives in its own place and the AI just points at it. Layer 1 is capture. Your business is throwing off context all day long. Emails, meetings, voice notes, decisions that you make on a walk. Yet most of it just evaporates. The first layer is catching it all instead of losing it. Here's what I actually use to capture. I use Limitless. It's a wearable that records and transcribes my real world conversations throughout the day. If that's not available or it's not your style, there's some alternatives. Otter AI, Fireflies, even open source options, or any voice memo app that transcribes. The specific tool matters less than the habit of actually capturing it all. Beyond that, it has my full Gmail inbox and outbox, my entire Google Drive, my Notion workspace with notes, projects, and tasks, my Fathom call recordings from every video call, and my Google Calendar for meeting contact. The raw material of your business gets kept somewhere instead of it disappearing. Layer 2 is the memory. This is the part where most people miss. All that captured context flows into one central place, a single database that sits outside any one app and outside any one AI. This database is the memory. And it's not ChatGPT's memory. It's not Claude's memory. It's your memory. It doesn't matter which model you use because the memory doesn't live in the model. Think of it as a second brain, a super library of everything your business has ever thought, said, decided, or built. Layer 3 is the leverage. Now you point the AI at that database. Every time you ask it something, it pulls from everything you've captured before it answers. That's the moment it stops feeling like a search engine and it starts feeling like someone who actually works with you. It drafts in your voice because it's seen how you write. It weighs decisions the way you would because it knows what you're building toward. Let me show you what this looks like in my world at a high level. I have one AI, but I run it in 2 modes. The first mode I call Yantra. That's my strategic thinking partner. It's the one that holds the big picture, thinks through decisions, and knows where everything is going. Yantra isn't a different AI. It's just Claude, but with a name, an identity, operating principles, and access to everything in my business. Without the full context connected, Claude is like a brilliant stranger. With the memory layer live, Yantra is a partner who knows the business. The second mode is Claude as an executor. That's the one that builds and acts. It does the technical work, the writing, and the execution. They run separately, but what makes them work as a team is the shared memory underneath both of them. The memory lives in Supabase, my own database in the cloud, open source, and completely mine. It's not stored inside any AI platform. I control it. It persists whether I'm using a Claude, ChatGPT, or whatever comes next. That's the whole point. The memory is model agnostic because it lives outside the model. Everything I capture flows into that database. Both modes reference it constantly. So when I sit down to work, I'm not catching anything up. It already knows. That's the same thing I talked about in my first video. I didn't hire a team, I built one. What makes that feel like a team instead of a pile of disconnected tools is the memory that they all share. It's the connection, not the tools. So here's what I want you to sit with. Most people use AI like a vending machine. They walk up, punch in the prompt, grab the output, and they walk off. Nothing carries over. Tomorrow, they start from scratch again. A system works differently though. It gets sharper every week because every week more of your business flows into it. The vending machine hands you the same thing forever, while the system grows with you. The real work isn't finding a magic prompt, it's building the memory. Once that's there, the prompts barely matter like they used to. So let's go back to the first question we started with. Why isn't the most powerful tool ever made changing your business? Now you've got the answer. It's not that you're using it wrong. It's that you're using it on its own with nothing connected to it. A vending machine instead of a second mind and brain. You don't need a smarter model. You don't need more tools. You've already got what you need. It's just not connected yet. You're one system away from AI that feels less like a tool that you operate, more like a partner that knows the business as well as you do. I put together a full guide that breaks down the exact tools that I use to build this, what each one does, why it's there, how much it costs, and how they connect to each other. It's a little more technical than this video on purpose. This video is the why, and the guide is the how. The link is below. And don't be scared of it being too technical. I even tell you what to tell the AI. Start with one layer. Just start capturing it. Give it a few weeks and you'll feel the change. When the AI stops needing the backstory and starts already knowing it. And once your AI has the memory, the next step is giving it hands. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to take this system and make it actually execute inside your business. Not just answer questions, but actually take actions. Update your tools, move things. That's where it goes from a second brain to something closer to a full AI partner. I'll see you there.